Wonderful. Let's begin, guys. So what are we going to talk about today will be creation, but more in the deepest level. I'm reading from a book called Etz HaChaim. Etz HaChaim means Tree of Life, written by Rabbi Chaim Vital, who get all the information and the knowledge from Rabbi Isaac Luria. So here we go. I will translate everything to English. Do not be shy to ask. You need to know, before the emanated were emanate, and before the creature were created, meaning that's been before of Genesis. It was upper simple light, fulfilled the entire existence, and it was no empty space. What we call empty space, everything was fulfilled with that endless simple light. Had no beginning, no end, no head, no tail. It was equal everywhere, and that's what we call Or and Sof, the endless light. So of course we need to understand it. If we're talking about before anything was created, how can Rabbi Chaim Vital and the Ari HaKadosh say before everything was created, it was upper simple light fulfilled the entire existence? If you just say it was before, how can you say it wasn't existent? Because it was nothing there.
Wait, can you repeat it one more time?
Yes, it's written that before creation, before Genesis, it was the endless light that fulfilled the entire existence. If we're talking about before Genesis, how can we talk about any existence? Because it was nothing. If it was nothing, what do you fulfill if there is nothing? Do you understand the question? That's the first question. Second question, we first going to raise some question and then we're going to answer them. Then you say that the light want to create all kind of things and it seemed like there is something missing. It almost sounds like it was not complete universe, and that's why we had to do it. גם עניין נקודה אמצעית, all the idea of the middle point, zoom, all of that is not clear. So for that reason, we need to understand. You need to understand and get to this awareness and consciousness. Whatever you're looking at, whatever you're tasting, whatever you're walking on, whatever you experience, all of it is part of something called the Creator. So our universe is basically the Creator. You and me, part of the Creator. Butterfly, part of the Creator. Everything. I'm not saying, but we need to understand what does this really mean? Because it's very difficult for us as human beings to understand it. Why? When you think about wisdom and sweet, you cannot compare it. Wisdom has to be speaking different language. Sweetness will speak in another language. So those two things are not meeting each other. When you talk about the worker, is different from what the worker is doing. It's very different. Usually it's two separate things. The builder built the building, but the builder is not a building. He's building a building. So it's two different entities. And he continue, and I'm going to talk to you simply in a second. But when you think about the Creator, what is the difference? The sweetness and the spicy, the action and the worker, and all the things that don't seem connected, it's all one. Everything is absolutely one. So the understanding of creation and the understanding of a Creator, and that's what's difficult for most people, is that it's all one. The table is sitting on your computer and you is one. Now, of course, it's difficult because the computer acts different than you. You're acting different than your shoes. How can you say the shoes, the socks, you, the shower, the toothbrush is one? Everything is one. Because when you think about it, everything is coming from one source that's called the Creator. It can be the opposite of one another because we cannot fully understand the Creator, because within the Creator there is everything. And he continue. I'm going to let you have discussion in a second. And we call that unity Echad Yachid Miyuchad. Echad means one, Yachid means unique, Miyuchad means special. So that's uniqueness about the Creator. It's called one, unique, and special. One, unique, and special. But the brain of a human being has a difficult time to fully understand it. So when people start talking about God, the Creator, and everything comes from the Creator, it's difficult because you don't always have a good day Sometimes you have a bad day. Is the bad day part of the creator? Yes. Is the good day part of the creator? Yes. Your experience is maybe different for each person. So the brain, as the Ramban Nachmanides said, not every person can fully understand. Not everybody can really relate to it, okay? Because the thought of the human and the thought of the creator is very different. We are very limited to the five senses. We experiencing life through the five senses. We don't experience life as it is. We experience life as I see it, as I hear it, as I smell it, as I taste it, as I touch it. Those are my five tools that help me to navigate through what we call life. That's it. That's all what I have. That's all the five tools I have in this life. Now, can I develop some psychic ability and blah, blah, blah? Yeah, you can develop it. It's also, my dog has psychic ability to know what's bad, what's good. It doesn't make you special. I hear a lot of people who believe that because they have intuition, they are special. My dog has great intuition. It doesn't make him a human being. It's still a dog, okay? So the whole idea of intuition is come from reflex. So he continue, and it say, where do we find it in the Torah? The manna. In the time of the desert, when the Israelites were complaining about the food, God gave them the manna. What was the manna? It was a very universal food, vegan. What is the vegan? Like almost like tofu. You can taste it, but whatever you think. Meaning if you think vanilla, it tastes like vanilla. Chocolate tastes like chocolate. Whatever you think about, that's what it becomes. So the manna was a food of the angels that came into the human being in the desert. So the way that the creator is giving us endless amount of goodness. What type of cover I choose to have for that gift, that will make me define if I am enjoy it or I don't. And that's a sad part, because if you don't earn it, you don't enjoy it. Because everything is clothing, as Ravash like right here, everything is clothing. So the only difference between items in this universe is what type of clothing they choose. The table have a clothing of a wood, or the wood have a clothing of a table. But a human have a clothing of a skin. A computer have the clothing of a computer. But what's inside of it, every one of them has the same spark inside of it, which is spark from the creator. So when people eat the manna, if I and you will share the manna, we will give it a bite from this corner. It tastes like honey. You will give it a bite from your corner. It tastes like Chinese food. The other person give it a bite from their corner. It tastes like vanilla ice cream. Every person tastes a different thing. What is that lesson for us? Some of you might say, my life is difficult. And I will say to you, why? Why is your life difficult? What is it about the clothing of your life that is difficult? The light is the same light. The creator is always going to be the same. You're always going to give the same. Now, for some people, the giving of the creator become suffering. Other people, the giving of the creator become such a generosity of the creator. What makes the difference? Are you building clothing? How do you build the clothing? One of the ways that you build clothing is through the mitzvot, through good doing, and study Torah. Those are the three ways of how you build clothing to the blessing on you, the way to you. I repeat, three ways to build clothing. Mitzvot, the 613 mitzvot, okay? Maasim tovim, good doing toward human being, and study Torah, of course, and study Torah. So the study of the Torah makes sure that the blessing that come down come with clothing, so it doesn't hurt you. The doing the mitzvot is only a clothing, so that blessing will not hurt you. Good doing, kindness, is a clothing. So you need to understand why you're doing kindness. Kindness is not about the kindness like manners kindness. It's basically have clothing for the goodness that comes from the creator. So example, God is giving you $5 million. Let's talk in numbers. Those $5 million coming your way might cause you a disaster in your life, God forbid. The only way it will not turn into a disaster is these 2-3 items. Am I going to do good? Be kind. Am I going to study Torah? Am I going to do mitzvot? This become into a clothing to that blessing. So we all bless, but it doesn't mean that we all enjoy the blessing that we have. Some people born to great parents, doesn't mean they will enjoy it. Some people born to terrible parents, that's a blessing too, because that make you live and create your own life. Okay? You have a terrible parents, what do? I left home when I was 17 and a little bit. I don't want to put idea in your head, but I didn't think my household was going in any direction and making any statement of success. I want to be all around only success. So if I thought that that environment is bad for me, I find a way to get out because I want to build my life, my business, my everything I want to build. And I felt that hold me back. So what was the blessing for me? To realize that that's wrong. That's a blessing too. Living is a tough thing. It's very tough. From comfort, mommy cooking for you 3 times a day, father taking care of you money-wise, you go ahead and rent a house, start all over from scratch. Not fun. You're suffering physically terribly. But the good news, you're finding that you can rediscover your true identity, because you cannot discover your true identity when everything has been taken care for you. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be you when you're surrounded by people who are feeding you. Because how are you going to discover, let's say one of you is supposed to be a chef. When are you going to discover you can be a chef? When you don't have food. The desperation bring birth to inspiration. Many people just get scared to be desperate. But desperation is one of the biggest gifts the universe can give you. You're so desperate that you come up with a new idea. If you only inspire, you're going to be sitting on the couch and eat some potato chips. That's it. Inspire. What a great movie. What a great show. I see those TV series. Great game. All that is inspire you so you can sit on the couch. People get millions of dollars to keep you on the couch. Millions of dollars they get paid, and they come up with all type of secret writing how to keep you on the couch. You can tell me easily you can get off the couch? No, very difficult. But the day that you get out of the couch and say, you know what, my life is not where it needs to be, not even close. I'm gonna use that desperation, what upset me really bad, and use it into inspiration and motivate myself to go forward. That's the real deal of life. For that reason, what is telling you that the mana was tested for each person differently. Depends on what work you're doing. Do you have clothing? Good. I invite you to a fancy party. You have 1 hour to be there, but you don't have clothes. You walk into the party. You're supposed to impress 10 clients that will be the biggest client you're ever going to have. But all what you have is a bathing suit and a t-shirt with a hole in the back. And the shoes, you have a hole in your shoes, and you have one sock which is red, one sock which is blue. Now you gotta be creative. You go, if you go to the party, as they say, you don't have a second chance for first impression. You got a problem. What's gonna happen? How it's gonna happen? Your battery is finished on your phone. You cannot take pictures. You cannot take numbers. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Where is the blessing? Where is the blessing? So then I have to tell you a story. There is this gentleman, he's a salesman, shoes salesman, like to sell shoes. The best shoes salesman in the world. The problem with him, that the ship with the whole container going to Australia, the whole thing went down the ocean storm, and he ended on an island. That island is a little bit primitive. People don't wear shoes. He found the phone, embassy. He called his company, say, hey, listen, guys, come pick me up. Because, and he said, what about selling shoes? He said, no. Nobody's wearing shoes. There's no point for shoes. No. 3.5 years later, another salesman on a ship, shoes, the same company, same thing. Bad luck, everything going down. He ended in the same island. What did he do? Pick up the phone to the company. and I said, please don't bring me back, but I need you to send 4 ship with containers of shoes. So what are you talking about? He said, nobody wears shoes here. We need to make sure that they're buying shoes now. That's what I'm going to do the presentation to them. What makes one person look at it as an opportunity, where the other person see it as the worst thing ever happened to him? What makes you think that when you go to the party with a hole in your shirt and a terrible shoes and a short pants, that you cannot do your presentation? Something somehow blocking you. What blocking you? A prior behavior of greed that make you think small. Because every time that you use your greed, your desire going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. That's what the greed, unfortunately, do to us. So when a person act with the greed, automatically they start thinking small. Greed make you think really, really small. When you create clothing to the gift that the creator was giving you, that gift turned into a bigger gift. Everything seemed different, okay? You're going on a date soon, all of you will go on a date, and the date doesn't work well. Really bad, really bad. The partner that you met look normal. It seemed like it's going well, but they have gas issue. They have gas. You're looking at each other. You don't know what to do. I really like the way they look. I don't like the gas. Can it come without the gas? No, it's come with gas, sir. That's how we're serving our date here. So what do we do with that? You have to look at everything that's not working as an opportunity for you to grow, as an opportunity to do something about your life. Don't look at the thing as a loss. A loss is the biggest motivation for a win. Don't ever look that you're gonna gain only A+ in everything. Then of course you wanna get A+ in school, but don't understand that if you get A+ in everything, life will be easy out there. Life will get you. Don't worry, life don't skip on anybody. They will find you. So when the Ari said that it will be like the manna, that the manna has a different flavor for each person, meaning that the gift of the creator has a different flavor. But do you have the clothing? Clothing can be built by mitzvot, ma'asim tovim, good doing, and what else? Remember the third? And study Torah. Okay? You gotta memorize, because otherwise when you do mitzvot, study Torah, and do good thing, you're missing the purpose. Why are you doing it for? There's no point of doing it. You're only doing it for the clothing. You must remember that. You study Torah now with me, it's a clothing for the blessing that already you have. You do mitzvot, is the clothing for the blessing that coming your way. You're doing good to others. You help an old lady. You help people. You give donation. All this is to build the clothing for the blessing you already have and for the blessing that coming your way. Yeah. For that reason, we have a difficult time to understand the creator. Can't understand the creator, because the creator has the all opposite stuff. Spicy and sweet, creator. Tall, short, creator. Whatever seems bad, whatever is good, creator. Everything condensed into one word, creator. And we cannot connect. It's almost like electricity, le'avdil, different a little bit. That electricity, if you put your finger into the socket, you kill yourself. So is the electricity killed you? No, the energy killed you. You have to know how to relate to that energy. The same electricity help you with your refrigerator, oven, cooking, light for the computer. Same electricity that can kill people, serving us so well. So is electricity bad or good? Depends how you use it. Exactly. That's how the creator functions. Depends how you use it. God bless you. I love you. You're a great crowd. Next time we're going to talk more about stuff, whatever you want. And then we're going to get into the business of more mystical and more stuff like that. Okay?